Welcome back to your weekly installment of the Top 10, the hottest selling cards in Magic the Gathering this week from November 30th to December 7th of 2024. Now today's video is action-packed with high-level sales and a few cards you wouldn't expect to be on this week's list, so let's get it started and show you your top 10. You came for the top 10, but you're going to stay because the Mox Man's here. You know it's true. You can't deny it. Welcome back, everyone. We're taking a look at the top 10 selling cards in Magic the Gathering this week. These are the hottest selling cards. A reminder, though, before we start today's video, that if you're shopping on TCG Player, I've got an affiliate link. You can click the link. You'll help the channel. It lets us get free cards. It's pretty awesome. Thanks again for doing it. All right, number 10. Number 10 is from Bloomburrow. We got Storm Chaser's Talent. This card is averaging $13.71. It takes the number 10 spot with 891 sales. That's still $12,215.61. Now, the Storm Chaser's Talent, it's an interesting card, okay? All these talent cards are pretty good. A lot of players are enjoying them. It reminds you of the level up creatures back in the day. But when you take a look at this card, for 1 mana, as soon as you put it out, you're going to get an Otter, okay? You're getting an Otter with Prowess. If you get it to the level 2, which is the 4 mana, now you get to return a sorcerer, an instant card. If you get it to level 3, which is the 6 mana, of course, anytime you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you get to create all kinds of tokens with Prowess. A very nice card, a very good effect, and you can see why players are diving in on this thing. A lot of gameplay's happening. I've lost to it a lot lately. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the number 9 card this week. Number 9 is the Paw Patch Formation. I actually did a video about this earlier this week. Now, it had massive, just a huge price spike. Okay, and it's starting to trend down already, but still, $3.17 for an uncommon. $2,872 was the cash made from this card, and the 906 sales, it takes the number 9 spot. And the thing about these cards is the versatility that continues to be offered by cards like this. Wizards has got to slow this stuff down, okay? Choose one. Destroy a target creature with flying. Destroy a target enchantment. Or you can go ahead and draw a card and create a food token that you can sack later for life. All of those are good. All of them can save you, and this is exactly why Wizards, in my opinion, just needs to slow things down a bit. These things deal with so many issues that there's no real threat levels, and there's a removal for everything nowadays. It's just ridiculous. All right, guys, that's just me. Go ahead. Let's take a look at the number 8 card. Number 8 this week is a total throw-off, guys. Double Masters 2022. It's the Thrumming Stone. $32.60, 912 sales. That's $29,731.20. And we're not even talking about a reserve list card. This is just, I can be reprinted from Cold Snap anytime they want. Okay, guys, let's take a closer look at this card. Let's understand. It's a 5 casting cost. I get it. The Thrumming Stone comes in here. Legendary artifact. Spells you cast have Ripple 4. Whenever you cast a spell, you may reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You may play those and cast those spells of the same name as the spell among the revealed cards without paying the mana cost. Put the rest in the bottom of your library. This can be a crazy, crazy runoff, right? I get how players would enjoy doing this because it's also whenever you cast a spell. Guys, somebody's doing something here. Let me know if you know anything. I am curious. It's way too many sales. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next card. Now, when we're taking a look at the Twin Flame Tyrant, love the card, Bloomburrow. I'm just joking. I know it's not Bloomburrow. It's Foundations. Now, 1,013 sales. That's $19,328.04. The thing's averaging $19.08. This is a dragon. It's still trending down slowly, but this thing's a beast. If you've ever played against this thing, you know it's true. And it's got great artwork for once for a dragon. All right, take a look. 5, 2 red, 3 other. Flying. And if a source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals double that amount of damage. Because, 2 heads, double. Kind of reminds me of that creature from, what was that one from Willow back in the 80s? That the dragon breathing flame thing? It was kind of like, not really a dragon, whatever that thing was. It's a 3/5. You guys know what I'm talking about. Willow Offgood. Yeah, that's the one. Not the TV show, the movie. Okay, the movie. All right, now, let's not forget that cards like this do tend to lose value over time. Give it a while, guys. I think it's still going to fall in price. Let's go ahead. We're moving on. We're taking a look at the next card. Okay, our next card, though. This thing's been around for a while, but it keeps getting reprinted, but it still has value. This is the Dryad of the Island Grove. Now, this is a 2/4 creature, which is great. The 1,507 sales, though, is $14,195.94. That's some serious money. This card comes in as a foil at $9.42. Guys, that's a lot of copies being sold. Now, when we take a closer look at the card, though, let's not forget what the Dryad is. For 1 green, 2 other, this is a 2/4 creature. It's a blocker, it's got stuff going on. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Lands you control are a basic land type in addition to each other type. Guys, very nice card, okay? I've seen people bring so many cards back from their graveyard on their turns, and this is one of the cards that allows them to do it. Doing a fetch land and going back and having ways of getting cards from your graveyard and a land card to boot, crazy. Now, our next card. This is Victimized Retro Frame from Modern Horizons 3. This thing's 30 cents. 1,973 sales. It's only $591.90. This is not a huge, big ticket item, but it's got some stuff going on. And that's what's interesting, is it doesn't always have to be a pricey card to be a good card. Wizards has at least got that part down. You got to give a good mix. Now, let's take a closer look at Victimize. 1 black, 2 other. Victimize states as a sorcery. Choose 2 target creature cards in your graveyard. Sacrifice a creature. If you do, return the chosen cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Yeah, you can see how this is a pretty good card. All those nice entering the battlefield triggers are so much fun with cards like this. And let's face it, for 30 cents, you can't go wrong, can you? They gotta stop printing cards like this sometimes. Give them a little time to breathe. All right, guys, let's jump in to our next card, okay? Now, this week, taking a look at Anoint the Affliction, okay? $3.25. This thing takes the number 4 spot. 2,512 sales, which is $8,164 even, okay? Now, the Anoint the Affliction, and a lot of these cards seem to be gaining steam in quite a few different constructed formats. As a low casting cost, it's an instant. It's 1 black, 1 other. People like stuff like this, okay? That speed is so nice. Exile target creature if it has mana value 3 or less. Corrupted. Exile that creature instead if its controller has 3 poison counters. There's lots of ways to make both of these things work, and one gets rid of the whole mana value 3 or less. Love this stuff, very cool, but even the mana value 3 or less can just be a game saver on a lot of low-level targets, okay? You can't go wrong with a card like this in your deck, okay? Now, let's go ahead and take a look at our number 3 card this week, and number 3 is going to be, that's right, the Patchwork Banner. Now, look at that. $6, guys. Remember when this was $3 and change? We talked about it going to $5-6. I said it would go over 5. Now we're at 6. 2,640 sales. $15,840. This is on multiple wish lists now of people trying to find it. I still have not seen this card played in some game-winning, like, amazing, gotta-have deck. But at the same time, so many fun decks are playing with this, and so many commander decks put one in that it's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of a staple now. And let's face it, the money has already slowed down. It hasn't stopped, but it's slowed down on Bloomburrow. And we're just seeing that, you know, cards like this, they can't resist the rubber band. They're going to go higher if supply and demand can't be met out in some kind of even way. So let's go ahead now. Let's move on to number 2. Now, our number 2 card this week is Llanowar Elves. That's right, guys. Going back to like alpha and beta. The Llanowar Elves sold 4,090 copies. That's only $1,022, okay? Because it's only a 25-cent card. But this isn't number 1. Every deck playing green has 4. It's just what they do. This is like a mini version of Birds of Paradise. Green got some mega ramp up with a card like this, okay? Llanowar Elf is a 1/1 for 1. But it taps to add a green mana to your mana pool. I can't explain to some people, and I just go, do you know how fast this makes your deck? If they don't eliminate it, do you realize how quick you can do things if you've got a mana producer like this on the battlefield? Though the problem is there's just so many ways of removing it now. It isn't nearly the threat level it used to be, but it's still a mega ramp card, okay? Amazing. Now let's get to the number 1 card. That's right, guys. There's a card higher than this, and I didn't expect it. Number 1 this week is going to be the Authority of the Consoles. $9.41, 4,203 sales. That's $39,550.23. I am using 4 of these, and so is everybody else. Let's talk about this. Creatures your opponent control come into play tapped. Whenever a creature your opponent controls enters, you gain 1 life. Think of all the tokens and things people do, and it gives you a chance to get a board wipe off without dying. Okay, this is a game-saving card from all the red ramp and insanity that is out there right now, and this is the card that's going to save you. Okay, I can't I can't undersell this card enough. It's just so good, and I hope the price keeps falling because this is one of those cards I think is just epic in standard. Okay, I just do. I love it. You guys let me know what you think though. Okay, let's get to this wrap up here. I've shown you the top 10. Let's talk about the market. Sometimes things just don't work out the way you think they will. And in this week's top 10, what happened to Duskmorn? Where'd it go? Why are we seeing all kinds of other cards pop up into the market right now? What's happening for Magic the Gathering? Well, this is interesting, isn't it? This is a little bit different because at this time of year, I would have expected these results to be 3 weeks ago. Duskmorn actually did very well. It held on as well as could be expected. But now that people are looking at all the other cards, they're taking a really good look at Foundations. There's too many good cards in the set that are played in Standard right now. It has a whole litany of deck construction ideas. I'm playing a mono white deck and I am ruling. I am killing people. I'm beating people down with split up and all that. It is insane to think what you can do with this stuff. Maybe I'll do an arena match at some point. Somebody can put down arena if they want to see an arena match with me playing that deck. I'll put a little video together. I used to do it more often. I haven't had a lot of time, but I will give that a shot just because it's so much fun to do. Either way, the market is what it is right now. Cards are selling. Things are moving. And it looks like the economy is doing pretty good too. Guys, let me know what you think. Drop some comments in the comment section. Hey, thanks again for hanging out for another top 10. I will see you guys tomorrow for the reserve list top 10. And of course, the live stream, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you guys soon. Have a great day. Hey guys, a big shout out, a thank you to my fantastic patrons. Because of the patrons on this channel, daily uploaded content, it's here every single day for you to enjoy. And it wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my patrons and YouTube membership members. You guys can become one of these guys. You can be a supporter of my channel. Go to my Patreon, go to my YouTube membership page, join up and help the Mox Man. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Do you know what this is? This is to clean keyboards. Instead of cleaning the keyboard, it broke the key right off. Who invents this stuff? And why did I believe it would work? Ramble, jamble. It looks like it goes up your nose. Was that one from Total Recall? You guys know what I'm talking about. Broke the keyboard. Or broke a piece anyway. Ramble jamble. Backstage pass. Fix this.